Hi, Megan. It's really good to see you. I'm Vaishali Rao from Hinshaw. We know each other really well, so you can introduce yourself too in a second. But I think we're both speaking at RMAI's Executive Summit alongside Mike Cassidy from Velocity, and I'm really excited to be doing it with you. And we're going to be talking on state AG. So I wondered if you might be able to give everyone a little preview of what we're going to be discussing.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see you as well, Vaishali. Looking forward to sort of this fireside chat that we're planning to do up in Vermont. As you alluded to, we've both spent time in state AG offices, so looking forward to talking about that. But this particular conversation that we're going to have at the summit in August is going to be focused on state AGs and what to expect, what the audience can expect, sort of from an enforcement perspective, now that we're sort of seeing federal regulators and federal enforcers pull back in this space, right? With agencies like CFPB and even the FTC slowing down a little bit. And when we talk about state AGs, right, we know that our clients can engage with AGs on a variety of fronts, right? You can engage with AGs to have policy conversations. You can engage with them to have conversations around industry best practices and things like consumer education. But this conversation, Vaishali, that you and I are going to have, as we've talked about, because we've sat in the chair of being an enforcer, is really going to focus on the practical takeaways for the audience, things that they should be looking for, things that they can expect, and hopefully questions that they can get answered about, what makes state AGs different, and especially now in this sort of unique environment that we're living in, how can they prepare for potentially increased scrutiny in this space? So really looking forward to that, and hopefully answering some really great questions from the audience as well.
I think that's perfect. And what I'm excited about is that we set this up to be a dialogue, and that's why we kind of named it more like a fireside chat. No PowerPoint slides, so we really would love for the audience to give us your questions. Megan has spent time in multiple AG's offices. I've spent time in one AG's offices. We've had similar but diverse experiences. And I think that'll really bring depth to the conversation. And we really want to be able to answer the audience's questions. I think we have spent so long in this sort of last era of getting prepared for CFPB. I mean, I can remember when industry participants were getting ready for CFPB exams and sort of learning examination manuals and learning what CIDs were in the context of a federal agency. And in a way, this is a little bit like Back to the Future, and we are stepping back in time and kind of going back to core state enforcement. The AGs have been around for a long time doing this, and they have a lot of experience. So we're excited to be able to share what we know and be able to prepare folks. And I think the goal is really to get engaged with the audience about what questions they have and really try to parse out what are the practical things that folks can do to get prepared and be ready. So I'm looking forward to seeing you. I haven't seen you in some time, although we do tend to run into each other, but it'll be great to be with you and everyone else in just a couple short months.
Yeah, absolutely. And please bring those questions. No need to submit them in advance. Please don't. We like to take them on the fly, but come prepared with those questions. We'd love to have your engagement. So looking forward to seeing you, Vaishali, in Vermont.